Okay, working on the second floor now. So what you'll want to do is on your second floor plan is go ahead and put in um, one of the generic 10-inch void floor. Okay, and the only kind of tricky thing is right here over the stairwell, and there's a dimension. I'm using the dimension off the second floor plan for the baluster guardrail at 2 foot 6 1/4 inch from the end of the wall. So I use that to do my floor system, and then here I kind of jogged over above the stairwell wall from the first floor and went to the core of the stairwell side. And then the you can see there it's highlighted the core, the uh, the upper edge of the core, the north side of the core of this wall. Okay, and so that gives you your second floor, which you can see right here is in gray. Okay, there it is there. All right, so let me turn that back to shaded because I wanted to go ahead and show you the headers and the beam system. Okay, and so I'm working on the first ceiling level of the structural plans, first ceiling, which is a level. It's not a ceiling plan, but it's one of the levels that was created in the project. Okay, so on your first floor plan, sheet A4, which gives you the framing information for the second floor joist, it shows two micro lam beams right here. Now it says 25 feet 10 inches, but that won't work because that puts them sticking out into the brick. Um, and it also shows them being much taller than our floor system. It shows them being 11 7/8 height um, for those. So we're just going to go ahead and put them in the way the drawings show, and uh, and we'll go for it. If I were building this house and that's what I had to use, I would do it like so. But this wall would actually sit on top of that, so this wall here would have to be cut a little bit shorter. No, we're not going to change our wall uh, right now because we're just going to leave that void in there. And then you would sandwich a joist uh, to the inside of those micro lams so that your plywood subfloor would have a place to rest. So anyway, you're going to load a structural beam. It's called an LVL, and draw you in two of them, and get those lined up. Now the two of them together is the same thickness as a stud wall, 3.5 inches thick. So it gets aligned with, as you can see, it gets aligned with the actual studs of the wall, not the sheathing. Okay. And so those would go from, that wall down to kind of center of this wall for bearing. And then you've got 2x10 headers that come the rest of the way around. Now the drawings also show another one over here. It shows a beam, a flat top girder. We don't know what size or anything like that we're going to do. So we're just going to go ahead and put in two more of the LVLs across here, just like on the other side. And we'll sandwich a 2x10 header to it. The drawings show a double 2x10 here over this hallway. Shows a double 2x10 here at an angle by the stairway. And there's not a good way to deal with those, so I'm just leaving them, okay? And it shows a double 2x10 here. And these would be centered in the wall this way here, okay? So I wanted to show you that before I started doing the floor joist, okay? So I will stop my video, do the floor joist, and then come back. Okay, now I have the my floor joist put in, and I started with my my baseline over here against the inside of these LVLs. Oh, I did all three of them that way, so I'll go back to this one and show you. I did this one first with the baseline against the LVL, so that I would start my spacing here going to the right. Yeah, yeah, it it kind of depends on who's going to be building it and what you're going to be doing as to how it's going to work. But that's how I did that. The next one is the same, except for the boundary comes down along this part of the stair here. And in the third one, I I did it, but then I did it off of the joist there, but it's like, no, that didn't work. So I used the same baseline for this last one and just added another floor joist in. I just added a second floor joist parallel in line with th this one up above, so that all my floor joists would be aligned together. Okay, and then you go along and adjust your ends just like we did on the bottom floor. And I ended up with, I think it was right here. It was either against this wall or the the other wall up here. Um, yeah, it was down here. Ended up with another joist from the system like right in place with it. So I just unpinned it and deleted that one. Okay, so you get your floor joist in for this area, and then you'll add your plywood subfloor just like we did on level one for these areas, and then we'll see what's coming next. Okay.